Do, 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 do. Yo, 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 yo. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What up? What up? What's up, Zenu? Hello, last stream, season 3. I wrote 2 comments this week. One was the chapter review, another season review. Don't force yourself to read season review. Gotcha. No problemo. No problemo. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody is okay, doing all right. Um, and sorry for this late review this week. I had a lot of stuff going on. Doing this therapy 3 times a week is a lot, and it's hard to plan when I'm going to put videos out when I have to go. So, um, yeah, Wednesday I was planning on reviewing the video, but then it rained, and I got a flat tire, and I couldn't change the flat tire. I had to call my dad. My dad had to come change the tire so I can go to therapy. It was a lot going on Wednesday, so I couldn't put the video out like I wanted. So that's why I came out on uh Friday. I mean, Thursday. So, um, yeah, sorry about that. But other than that, hope everybody's okay, doing well. Um, so we are at the end of season 3, like Zenu said. This is the it. This is the end. And I'm not going to talk about the chapter at first. I'm going to try to talk about the season first. Season 3 is not my favorite. Season 2 still has it. I think season 2 by far still has it for me. Um, season 2 had season 2 was the introduction into the world, basically. Like the world grew, organizations. I found a lot of my favorite characters in that during that time. And I think the writing was just really, really good. Even though, like right now, if you look at it from now till then, a lot of it is a lot of it was like for so like season 2 had like a lot of questions, like that's when the tower plot stuff started, and I get it, but like it was one of those things where you're supposed to have that many questions. Season 3 kind of complicated things even more, and even started to bring on like dead narratives that don't matter, you know, at least that don't matter now. They can matter later on, of course they could, but it's one of those things where if it goes on too long, people begin to not care about it. It's like Rack this season, right? Rack's whole history and background has not been explored for 7 years. Okay, 7 years. The first time we finally got some new Rack history shit was this transformation at the end of season 3. That's what we're talking about here. Like, you can't do that. Like, Rack is a key character. You can't wait 7 years to give us another key thing in his background. And we didn't even get anything about it. All we got was a transformation that he raged on. And then that's it. That's it. Nothing behind it, nothing where it came, nothing. Just that's it. So when it's like that, you people begin to not care about shit like that. And like a couple narratives in at the end of the season like went that way. Like, we talked about the dragons thing where okay, the dragons end up coming back somehow later on. Who gives a fuck, right? Rachel's 3 wishes have been talked about for a while now. Who gives a fuck about that now, right? It's just like a lot of dead shit. And like, if you read CU's note, like he says, it sounds like he's aware of a lot of these issues. 'Cause I'm pretty sure the Korean community has like, I mean, they're a lot more. How can I say, um, harder on him than we are. So it seems like he understands that at the very least, that a lot of shit was like not good. Um, me particularly, like me, the biggest thing I would say that I hated in season 3 is the setting. It's just the setting. The setting was so ass. I hated the setting, bro. Like I like setting is one of those things where you don't appreciate it until it's not there. and that was like my first time experiencing something like that. Like with this, like the setting was just not there, and I hated it. I hated the setting in this, yo. The floating air space shit. I never want to go through that again. I hated that shit, bro. Like, you know, One Piece is one of the most popular, stories out there, right? And Tower of God often gets compared to it for its size and its world building and everything, right? One thing that I can say about One Piece, it never has any ass settings. It never has any ass settings. All the islands they visit, all of them have some really unique, cool shit about them. Some personality into them. More so, like you don't feel like you're in a floating space of air. Like you never feel like that in One Piece. You always feel the island. You always feel the adventure. You always feel like the setting of the place. This shit, besides like the mini settings, like the sprout and inside of Dumas and the hotel, like the mini spaces, meh. Like they were decent, but and they definitely made the story a little bit more interesting. I'll give it that. Like the hotel, right? Like I did like the hotel shit. I like the hotel shit. Fighting inside of a hotel, running through a hotel. Like I thought that was pretty cool in concept. It was, but like everything else, it's just floating space, bro. It's just floating air, and that shit was ass. And like not even towards the end of it, even in the cat tower, like running away, when you run around there, and then the wall, like at the wall, it's just a floating wall, like all that shit, bro. That shit was just like it wasn't. The creativity just didn't feel. I didn't feel it in this season, as far as the setting goes, and I didn't realize how much I appreciated it until it wasn't there for me. So, me, that's why, like, I don't know what you guys' ratings are for season three. You guys feel free to throw it in the chat now. But 6.5, bro. Like I said, 6.5 for me. It's like so many things I just didn't care about. Um, and a lot of dead plots and more plots. Um, a lot of moments I didn't give a fuck about. Like the cat tower was the worst shit to me. Like that was probably the worst arc in the season. I hated that shit. I hated that shit. Okay, I hated everything about it. Um, yeah, nothing about that shit was entertaining to me. Like even like if you want to go towards like the Libolic and Caliban fight, I thought that shit was underwhelming. Um, for two guys that like it was kind of hinted that it would happen right before the war started at the wall. That shit was like mid like, and then you had people interfering with the fight and shit. Um, I mean, like one of the highlights obviously is like Bomb versus White, and but some people didn't like it, especially the ending of it was mid. Um, but yeah, man. Season three as a whole, 6.5 out of 6.5 for me. Like the worst season so far. Not meaning that it's shitty. It's not a shitty season. It wasn't shitty. We had great moments. We had fantastic moments. We had a fantastic string of chapters too. But like for me, cohesively, there was just too many peaks and valleys. There was the setting was like not there for me, and it's just like a lot of forgettable fucking characters too. Like don't get me wrong, season two had a lot of forgettable people too. Um, but holy shit, like I like in how can I put this? With stories like this, and like when obviously I'm gonna lose One Piece again, you're going to have a shit ton of characters that kind of exist, and you forget like what they did and what their place was. But for the life of me, bro, like the amount of people we were introduced to, that like even like when Zahard's people and the cat people, I can't remember any of the commanders, and we did have the hiatus and shit. But season three was just it was long. First of all, it was long as fuck. It was long as fuck, so it's hard to even remember that many people. But even like this last part, I know like people like Hugo. I don't give a fuck about Hugo. I know a lot of people were friends with Hugo. I didn't care for Hugo. A lot of the branch heads, like a couple of them only lasted like 1 or 2 chapters. It was just like like one or two chapters, like, and I kind of felt it in the moment too, and I was telling people like, it's probably gonna be like one of like these people. I was saying it in the reviews, a couple of reviews, like, oh, these guys are probably gonna last like a chapter or two, and we're never gonna hear from them again, and that's exactly kind of what happened, and it was just like, all right, and then I felt like some people got some shine that they didn't deserve, like Sea Snake got a lot of attention when he first was introduced, and then nothing from Sea Snake towards the latter half. Like absolutely fucking nothing from him. Like I thought like even like you go to Shalile and Lyle like what they were important in like the hotel part and then getting rescued and with their mom with Laura and everything. But then like we don't hear from them ever again towards like while we're in the midst of the war. Like they do absolutely nothing. They just don't exist. And like one of the biggest things, I love Rachel, bro. Rachel felt like shit this season, yo. Rachel felt like shit this season, bro. That's probably one of my biggest. Rachel felt like shit this season, bro. Like absolutely, barely any progress with Rachel. Like damn near nothing. Nothing. She's just involved. Like she's involved but not doing anything. And that's what I was getting into when I did the review where I was saying like the side story can be like up like it could be Rachel like because like I love Rachel. Like she's the reason why like if you read season 1, you going into season 2, Rachel, like it's all about Rachel and Bomb, right? And it doesn't need to be about Rachel and Bomb, but because Rachel's story and history is interesting enough, right? Like her whole background is interesting enough. So there's a way to keep her incorporated and keep it interesting. But she just was here, bruh. Like you know, I don't know about y'all, but like you remember when Coon got locked up by the Poe beat out and Rachel and Belier came to visit Coon and they basically set him up for that book shit. I like that in that moment it felt like Rachel was like really intricate in the part of like planning some shit and she really wasn't. She really even wasn't. Like it was like the latter like this latter half when Hayura and Rachel and Kido are kind of racing to get to the end of the chest joint. Even that part of it, like after V appeared, we didn't see Rachel again. We didn't see Rachel again after V appeared. We never saw her again, bro. Like like you bring one of the most anticipated characters ever back, but you don't give Rachel any part of that. That hurt my feelings. That hurt my fucking feelings. Like what? Like you don't bring Rachel? You don't bring Rachel into the V reveal? Huh? Like she's there. She's literally there for it. She's literally there for it. And somebody who understands Bomb and knows his history, she should have something important to say. She should have something important to say, but said nothing. And this was like, okay, bro, like what are you doing to Rachel? What are you doing to Rachel, bro? Like what are you doing to Rachel? Like seriously, what are you doing to Rachel, bro? Like that hurt my feelings that we didn't get nothing from that. Um, so I don't know. If the side story is about Rachel, believe me, I'll be absolutely happy about it. I know some people were saying they hope it's a new character. And then of course Wing Nam is like number one. I think that everybody wishes for Wing Nam to come back and stuff. So, um, yeah, I'm a Rachel stan, bro. So it hurts my feelings that she didn't have any intricate part in that, any reaction or whatever. Let me get to some of you guys' comments though. I'm gonna hear it rant a little bit. Brian said, I think Family Head Battle wasn't that good and not worth it. I think it was worth it. It was just underwhelming. It could and I don't pretend to be an author, but we all know like it could have been made more interesting. Given what we know about how the abilities work, it could have been more interesting. The hotel was the best setting this season. I agree. So no, the hotel was an interesting that was an interesting place to be. I agree. Um, Season 3 was a lot of digest. Quite honestly, the thread of the story was quite hard to follow sometimes. I agree. I agree. Tiltburn. I agree. During that like whole wall to cat tower shit, the whole transition was like it was weird and it was hard to follow what was exactly happening in the moment. Like even like when your Yas Ratcha arrived and they agreed to do it, it was just like and that's when, and then you go into the games of it all, and everybody's inside playing games and shit. It was just like it just wasn't good. Like that part of the story just wasn't good to me. Um, I think he created a giant world and he sucks at building it up and the small details. I just think that if we take the note what he said seriously, it could have been some production issues. It could have been some stuff behind the scene where he focused more on story than everything else. And if that's the case, I can give him the benefit of the doubt with that. Um, Especially since like the at the end of this, the last chapter, I love the last chapter. You know why part of why I love the last chapter was because we saw Maria and they were in like this giant ocean with pirate ships. Yes, that's what I want. I want like obviously I don't want One Piece, but I want floors where okay, let's have a floor where there's a giant ocean and the only way you can travel is either via flight or via boat. Cool, I love that. But we you got to show that, right? Like cuz what setting is that? But um, let me not rant too much. Yeah, season two felt like cities, but season three felt smaller. Right. Because we went to two floors. We only traveled two floors in season three, so it didn't feel like much. I agree with you on part of the lack of character development for the supporting cast. Yeah, the motherships are really cool locations. I can't. I wish we actually explored them. Agreed. That's also a good point, Zenu. Motherships. We did get to see the motherships, but we didn't actually get to see the inside of the motherships. Right? Like this would have been like we're not going to see the Lobo Pia or the Pobito's mothership for that fact ever again. We're never going to see either of them again. Gustang's is destroyed, and Troms is obviously uh non-existent. Like he's not in it, so we're not going to really see it. So that's a good point. This would have been a great time to show motherships. I would like to see, like we saw a part of Gustang's. Don't get me wrong. Like it is like a giant, like mostly library. We saw parts of it, but I would have liked to see like a more of it. And I agree with you there. And we didn't really get to see Troms at all. Like it would have been nice to see Troms and see if it was like a giant zoo in there and there's animals and shit walking around. Like that would have been fucking cool as shit to see, right? Like Trom's mothership is literally animals walking around, or if the branch heads represent these certain animals, you can see the areas where the branch heads live. If we see the snake family, then there's snakes all over their area, right? Or we get to see the bear guy and they're taking care of bears and shit over there. Like that would have been fucking fantastic to see. But I don't think we're ever gonna get something like that, right? Now at this point, not with Tron being gone. The Season three is a lot better. Season three is better than a lot of other mangas, but not comparable to previous seasons of itself. Right? Yeah, I'm only comparing it to itself. Like I said, the season's not shitty. It's not shitty, but it's not the best that Tower Guy has produced. 7 out of 10. I don't do half ratings. Setting I didn't like, but there was a lot of lore that I enjoyed too much. That 6 would be too low for a rating. Definitely a weakest of the three seasons. Yeah, I don't want to give it a 6 because I think a 6 is a little too harsh. I understand the half ratings though. I think a 7 is just a little for me. It's just a little too much. Season three, last 20 chapters was great, and I agree, Cam. That stretch of like last 20 chapters was good, but that's kind of what that's that's part of the one of the reasons why I am a little bit harsh on it is because most series the end of an arc or an end of a season usually is the peak. So we're at the end of a season, so we had 20 chapters of really good shit, but we're wrapping it like we're at the peak of it, like we're at the zenith, right? Like it's only going to be wrapping like whatever the hypeness is up of that arc. So yeah, it was good, but I'm not surprised that it was good. Um, because it's the end, right? You have to finish it up, and there has to be some like groundbreaking shit happening. So, Rachel didn't need to be there. Anyone could have replaced her. Yeah, we totally agree. With the introduction of new characters, a lot of them had no place or point to the story. Agreed. Bomb and Rachel are the two protagonists, according to CU. It doesn't feel like it these days. No, it doesn't. It feels like mostly Bomb these days. Tower of God without Rachel is a disservice. I completely agree with you. I hate that we didn't get her reaction or thoughts on V. I think we are getting Wingnam side story. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. If it does, it does. That's okay. Um, the Me Too Zeno really wanted to see her reaction. I think we'll get it in season 4. Yeah, but we I mean, if we get in season four, whatever, right? But I don't even know if we'll get it to be. If we follow what's happened recently, reactions haven't exactly been a thing. Especially where Trom literally got attacked by V, and he didn't ask who attacked him. Like that part bothers me a lot too. Like Trom literally got attacked by V, and didn't ask Gustang who attacked me. Like or didn't react to like, and Gustang didn't necessarily tell him either. But that bothers me, right? Because we understand how V feels about Tron with the words he said after, like, "Oh, you're always alone, and don't worry, I'll send your friends to you." We know what V thinks about Tron, right? We don't know what Tron thinks about V. We have absolutely no idea what Tron thinks about V, bro. Nothing, and that eats me alive too. Like between Tron and Rachel and V's reveal did nothing, nothing, and that shit eats me because if Tron's done, then who is Trom to V? We will never know. We'll get maybe some background stuff, maybe some flashbacks, but we will never know when they were face to face. Um, will we get other family hands or Zahard's reaction to Trom dying in season four? I absolutely believe so, Tyler. I absolutely believe so. We have to. I think that's a key thing. I'm actually looking forward to the short stories that he said he'll create in between the new season. I wonder if it'll be like a cover story. You know, if you read like manga, um, One Piece is famous for it. Cover stories usually have something to do with the stories. When when you write a cover and there's a cover every chapter, that would be cool. I would be like if it's something, it'll probably be more detailed than the cover story, but that would be fine. Like even if he didn't release it every week like he does, like regular Tower God chapters, if it's like a monthly thing that he released, cool too. I don't know. I don't. We don't know any details about it, but who is this? I might have to take this. No, 731. Let me take this call, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Wasn't nothing too crazy. Um, nothing I need to stay on the phone for. All right. Looking back on season three, the wall of coexistence arc did not need to happen. Could have skipped that. Skipped to the nest. I feel you. Yeah, and Cha Darwin ended up not being important. Darwin's dead now too. Right, Darwin got literally introduced this season and they got smoked in the same season. That is insane. I didn't even realize that Darwin like Cha. Who knows what Cha's doing? We really didn't get to see what Cha's gonna do, but he's obviously not with Bomb, so he seems like he's stuck with Lobanon. So, but who knows, bro? I don't know. There are many problems about season three, but the biggest one to me was the whole season was more like a one saga, Lobopia saga. Meaning for years we stuck in the same subject character's name. I agree with you. I agree with you, Urek. That's a very good point. So it has felt like animals and like Lobopia has been super intricate for a long time now, and that's that's a really good point because obviously the story is way bigger than Lobopia, right? There are so many big families and other families involved. But for the last couple of years, they had been like the center family with Pobita on the side. But it would be mainly like I would say a 70-30 or maybe 60-40 depending on however you want to cut it. Let's say 75-25. Nah, that's too much too. I would say 70-30 Lobopia, then Pobita, because Pobita didn't come till like later in the latter half. But it has felt like the Lobopia saga, and now they're gonna kind of die off. So what family do we attach to now? Um, I hope we get flashbacks about Tron from other family his perspective. That would be cool. Why wasn't Wang Wang a prince of the red light district? Hence the ring. You mean Wang Nam? Wasn't Wang Nam a prince of the red light district? Yeah, yeah. Wang Nam, yeah, he's a prince. Yeah, absolutely a prince. Zahard is pissed about. off about Trump's death. He sent his army and after everybody. I was surprised when they appeared in front of the Revs. So let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about that. Let's branch off into the chapter, right? And that being the first thing. So the revolutionaries dipped off. We know that. They teleported to this unknown area. It seems like on the same floor. Now, when they land, Zahard's army is approaching them. What's about to happen? What do you guys think is about to happen? Because that doesn't make sense, at least from things that we know. How is it that the revolutionaries, who were kind of like a hidden party, a hidden fourth party is what we will call them, because Urek is apparently hunting them, right? From what Urek's saying, he's hunting these guys, meaning that like they're like a slippery minx, right? They show themselves in the field, and now Zahar is hunting them too as well. So not only are you being hunted by Urek and Walkai Song, you're being hunted by Zahar's army too. What do they have, or what threat do they possess now that two factions of the biggest factions in the story are hunting these guys? I didn't see enough from them that to warrant them being hunted. That Zahar sending a whole battalion to them. I didn't see enough. Granted, they entered the war at a perfect time and they did damage, but it wasn't like they took out a regent or anything like that. They didn't take out like a regent. They didn't take out Lobadan or a Dumas or a Proust or anything. So they picked on a branch head, and it wasn't even them who like killed the branch head. They used a machine to kill the branch head, the turtle branch head. So they did kill Dalwyn. Don't get me wrong, and she's a high ranker, even though she's technically blue hole. I didn't see enough from them to warrant like, okay, let's send an army to go wipe them out. So first of all, who and how did they find them? I see people saying what Cam's saying. Zahard used a future site. First of all. Can I please address the community real quick? Can we not use Zahard future sight as the answer to everything? And I'm not picking on you, Cam. You know you're my boy. But every time something calculated happens, everybody always runs to Zahard's future sight. That cannot be the answer for any time something calculated happens. It can't be. It can't be. It can't be. It can't be. And I hate stuff like that because it's kind of like, and Dorsey's bong bong. It's like that one power or that one feature that gets overused any situation anytime something happens. So I hope it's not that. And especially, I was having a little discussion in the comments section in the review. Technically speaking, Zahard can see the future of the Towerborns, right? Are the revolutionaries considered Towerborns? Not really. Not really. Not they never opened the door. They never entered the tower. Like, so I don't there are so many questions about those guys, and I don't know if that works like that against them. Like, I'm not sure if like future sight will work against them. That's like one of the questions that kind of aligns with their power, right? Because like one of the theories that me and some people talked about a couple weeks ago, and it's going to be in the Red Dump Theory video, is are they using Shinwar Ryu? Like, what are the powers of the people from the Red Dump? Like, what powers do they have? Is it Shinwar Ryu they're using? Well, apparently, from what we know, the only people who can use Shinwar Ryu are irregulars, people who enter the tower on their own and aren't ruled by Shinzu, who has unlimited control of it. So I don't know what you technically count the revolutionaries as. So like I don't know if you would constitute them as Towerborn. So I don't know if future sight works here, but it's just a thought that when we thinking about them, we don't know enough about them and where the space they come from and how cracks in the tower and stuff work to call them towerborn. Because like technically speaking, they shouldn't be allowed to use Shinsu. We've talked about this. They shouldn't be allowed to use Shinsu, but they use something. So I don't know, but yeah. So now that the season is over, could you make a season overview? Sure, I could do that. Absolutely, Solomon. I got you. Um, I think it'll make more sense. I said I was going to reread season three, so I'll probably take this next couple days to reread the whole season three, and then I'll do a season overview. I think it's fair if I look at it in totality and then give a season overview. Zahara can see the future though, right? So he probably saw them coming. Right. What if Zahara can detect his clones? Or okay, okay, Zenu, I like that line of thinking because if Zahara split himself with these clones, could he sense them or where they are? And with Zenu, we talked about this too before. We think that one of Zahara's clones can use future sight. So if Zahar used future sight to determine where they are, then technically they should be able to use future sight to know that Zahar's army is coming. Right? Like you should be able to do that. Um so it I don't think that's right now I don't think that's the answer. I don't think that's the answer. There are too many questions and too many counters to it. I don't think that's the question. I don't think that's the how they found them. I know that somebody in the Discord said that there's a mole within the revolutionaries. If there's a mole within the revolutionaries, that's insane. That would be insane. Like who was it? It was MS. MS said Kieran. I, triple betrayal Kieran is insane. I don't even want to go there. Like triple betrayal Kieran. No, sorry, that's nuts. Um, but the 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 uh, Zahar might be targeting the RLD princess in general. Okay. Well, it was confirmed that the red trash can is where Zahar discards stuff or people. Maybe they were enemies of family heads and was never supposed to escape because they were items that unlock upper floors. Okay, that's not a bad theory. I think Zahar and Adori mobilized the army just in case. True. It seems like they did. Um, that's a good point. And maybe MS is on the right track with the Kieran is a snitch. If Kieran double turn around or triple turn around and betray people, that's just crazy. Um, I think the boss has a spy in the Reds and another one in Poe beat out Snake Guy and gave info on Zahard army. So you mean Lobo Pia Yule, the Yule guy, the guy we seen in the last chapter? That's not a bad line of thinking, Urek. You are on the right track there. One thing that don't make sense is Adori going after Bomb. If she truly believes she killed Gus, I don't think she believes she killed Gus. I think she believes she eliminated like the family, but I don't think she believes she killed Gus. She can't kill Gus. She can't. She technically can't kill Gus. So no. They said if you complete one, it completes all of them. Um, if you complete one, it completes all of them. Yeah, no, there's no way she thinks she killed Gus. I don't think so. I don't think she even sensed Gus in the mothership. To be honest, that's just me though. And since he is also probably from RLD, it's possible to have a spy in the Reds and seeing how he approached Darwin and Cha. He seems quite calculative. Okay. Yeah, the Yule guy. I think one of the things that'll become a favorite of mine going forward is people who are Lobo Pia remnants. Like losing your family here obviously is like a tough and massive thing, but like seeing Lobo Pia remnants around and seeing them still be relevant in the story because I think with me at least when you kill the family here I was thinking Lobo Pia's like role in the entire story would kind of drop off, right? But like Lobodon is still a figure and obviously the twin princesses. But it would be nice to see them still like a part of the story. So this Yule guy, um, he has been kind of like active and like he's an opportunist too. So I actually kind of like him. Um, Zahar is king. I don't believe the clones can do anything close to him. Genesis boss was able to see fate. There's Zenu. Genesis boss was able to see fate. That's how he knew about Bomb's return to the tower. He's likely the one who told you about Adori's attacks. Zenu cooking. Zenu's cooking right now. Zenu's cooking right now. Yeah, Zenu is cooking right now. Um, who do you think the next family will dive on be? I don't think we're gonna focus the family. I think we're gonna focus princesses, to be honest. With so many princesses being revealed in these last two chapters, like even Anik just showing back up fighting Maria, um, and then we did see Shalal also. We saw like in the last two chapters we saw Dorsey obviously, Anik, the twins, Maria, then Adori. To me that kind of is a sign of princesses are about to be involved. I think it's going to be princesses. But as far as a family that'll be like intricate, a part of it, it might be Ari, to be honest. It might be Ari. If Adori is now being like put in the forefront, it might be Ari. It could be Ari. I wouldn't be surprised like when we come back when we come back, season four comes back, we get to see like Gustang and like how he reacts to having his mothership destroyed and everything. Um, he might like we I could there's like excuse me, in stories when somebody like that comes out, you usually get like a little background take about them, right? So like you know how like Dumas got introduced and like Robodon got introduced. When they got spoken about, you get to hear little tidbits about their history, like oh, Lobodon's the first son of Traumery. He's the next strongest. Dumas is the third strongest in line. He's also a blue hole. He's also a regent. He's also an arc librarian. Like you get to know all those things, right? So I think with Adori, when like showing her here after this, we'll get to learn a couple more details about her, and like we also will probably get told because the assumption now that everybody's running with is that we know that White lost to somebody in his family, and that's kind of how White ended up as White, right? He got taken down by somebody in his family. I think it's pretty clear it was Adori, right? I think we all can agree it was Adori, right? Given that we know that she's an Ari, that there should be nobody. I mean, there could be a couple of people, high rankers that's stronger than White, but White at his peak, Adori, it's like getting outclassed. It had to be It kind of had to be Adori. It kind of had to, and I'm thinking it wasn't close. So we'll probably get like the reveal of that, like oh she's the one who took White down, and we'll probably get some like intricate details about Ari Han and like maybe how their family is structured and why she well obviously she's a princess, but I think we'll get more details about her now. Gustang's the type of person who explains things. So being that he got attacked by her, I think we'll get that. Gusting will probably free his daughter if we go on the princess route. That's probably like latter half of the season if it does happen. But you're right, Solomon. If we are going princess way, we have to get Annie out. Annie has to be introduced if we're doing the princess thing. So um, I hope we get an explanation on how Augustine creates his writing children. Yeah, we never got that. I was hoping we would get that. Bring back Tiara. Um, all right. So that was a nice warm up talk. I'm going to get into the comments so we can open up discussion a little bit more. So give me a second. You know what I've enjoyed playing recently? Marvel Rivals is actually pretty good. I started playing that yesterday. Pretty good game. Pretty good game. It might be the Overwatch killer. All right. Going into the comments. Newest first. Okay. Let me pull those up for the chat. That's it dark. Interesting. Okay. Might need to reset it. Oh, there it is. Oh, I had a filter on that one. That's why. Got it. So we'll switch that. Because I was reading chapters. That's why. Alright. So we getting into these comments. I heard about it. I might check it out. I stopped playing Overwatch. I've been playing Black Ops 6 Zombies lately. Gotcha. I refuse to pay for another Call of Duty game. Sorry. I'm usually a multiplayer player. I'm tired of it. It's not been good. Um, yeah, I was trickling in playing Overwatch here and there, but Rivals is actually pretty fun. So I would recommend trying it out if you like Overwatch type of game. Um, yeah, it's like 2016 Overwatch when it first came out. Is what it reminds me of. That's when Overwatch is actually a pretty good game. All right, jumping into these comments though. So Amber, what's up, Amber? How you doing? Um, Amber says, not surprised about the hiatus. I actually thought that was coming. It would just felt like the spot would get a hiatus. Do 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 do. Overall, I thought the chapter was pretty good, but I feel like there's probably a lot of fake out deaths, which I'm never a fan of. Coon, Snakehair, and company more likely escaped. Sorry, I can never remember his name. That's okay. We don't remember everybody in Tower God's name. We never do. Um, so I feel like V may have been saying one of two things. When he was talking, telling Bomb he needed him to really see things. Either he intends to take over Bomb's body completely, or he intends to teach Bomb and then take on a new body. Okay. What do y'all think about that? Do you think that V is planning to really take over Bomb's body, or are you listening to what Amber said? Where Amber's saying that maybe he's teaching Bomb, and my bad, I'm not in the camera. He's teaching Bomb, and then plans on leaving the body. I don't know if V plans on leaving. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell right now. I'm more leaning to the side that he's training it up for himself, but I'm not leaving that outside the possibility. What's up, Chevy? Bomb wants to know more about his parents. I mean, out of his body. Plus, I don't know why Jinsong didn't tell Bomb he was possessed. I think it was the moment, Nelson, and also Jinsong's the type of person who wouldn't tell Bomb that he was possessed. Um, yeah, he's the type who wouldn't tell him. Like he didn't even tell him exactly. Like he didn't even really tell him details of about what happened at the war. All he told him was that like Trom died. So like we know, but that's how Jin Song acts, right? I think V wants to escape the crack and take over Bomb's body. Okay. Bomb said he's meant to be with Bomb, so I think he'll teach him, but coexist with him. Yeah, I'm leaning more towards that way too, Chevy. Um, but she said, whether they be a construction of new body to inhabit or his old body is still around somewhere preserved and he intends to put his soul back into it, or have Bomb put his soul back into it. Well, technically, Bomb should be able to do that. I keep thinking I keep thinking the whole V thing will end up with Bomb pulling an Inryu where he removes his father's soul from his own body and places it into a new vessel, essentially making life. I think if push comes to shove, when Bomb needs to take over his body, he may do that. Like he may have to do that to get rid of V out of his body. I don't know if that's going to be like it's not going to be a thing that V wants. I don't think it's going to be a thing V wants. But I think there will come a time where Bomb may have to do that. I can't see Bomb like locking his father inside of him type thing. I can't see him doing that. But it depends on how their relationship develops, which is going to be interesting. Um, that'll tell us what he plans to do. But Bomb is about setting people free, right? So if we use that, part of Bomb, then maybe he does do that. So, there's already a lot of correlation between Bomb and Inryu, with Bomb collecting and using Inryu's thorn. I'm not suggesting they are related. Just that I think there's a lot of correlation between the things Inryu has done and rumored to do. Okay. I secretly kind of hope V gets irritated with how fatherly Jin Song is to Bomb. That's funny. I didn't even think about that, but that's actually kind of funny. But I don't know. Jin Song probably has no idea. Well, V gets irritated. Yeah, yeah. I would kind of like to see some stuff like that. That's one of those things where like we have to see how the relationship develops. Um, it would just be a funny rivalry, and don't normally see in manga and anime. Yeah, I agree with you. You really wouldn't see something like that, but that would be an interesting way to look at interaction, to see like Jin's like V getting upset about how they're teaching him, or at least Jin Song's nature. Because technically speaking, we all know and must think that Jin Song's probably gonna help Bomb like not be controlled. If Bomb ends up telling him or if Jin Song learns the truth from Lustek about what's going on with Bomb, then we know that Jin Song is likely to help Bomb more than help Fug. Um, Having two good father figures in a character's life, just saying, it would be a way to subvert expectations. That's not a bad point. I don't disagree with that point. I loved Bond was like, what and how did I get on the ship? I also wonder if he's secretly going, and thank God he doesn't have to marry one of the Traumery daughters, since he made the deal with Traumery and he is dead. Um, I liked the two new girl characters, but I'm going to reserve judgment, excuse me, until we know them. It kind of seems like CU set characters with major attitude, and then they become friendly. So I'd like to see where their personalities go before I make any judgment, or whether or not I like their character. That Isis character is very interesting. I do want to see how she makes things difficult for Bomb. Um, I wonder what Lustek's gonna do now. Like, obviously they're gonna have to escape, but like, does he further cultivate like Bomb's body, and like we'll finally get to really see a relationship between like Lustek and Bomb. Like, obviously we know that we learned from this past chapter that Lustek doesn't give a fuck about Bomb, right? But obviously he's going to have to play coy, and they're going to be more face to face now that V has been revealed. So I'm interested to see how that's going to work too. Like, there's going to be direct contact with Lustek going forward in Bomb's character. So um I wonder if Bomb's gonna be able to read Lustek's aura. Like Bomb's good at reading like how people are and like how they act. So I would like to see him like kind of figure Lustek out. Like, oh, like this motherfucker don't give a shit about me. He's trying to use me. Um, it's hard for me to say which one I like better, season 1, season 2, but season 3 has not been my favorite. Thank you for the video. I hope you're healing. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. What y'all talking about here? Lustek did say the master will have a hard time. Indeed he did. Indeed he did. I think the whole reason he got inside Bomb is to take over him. I think that in order to defeat Zahard and 10 families, V and Arlen made a plan to create an unstoppable weapon bomb. Yeah, that's a pretty fair theory. It's the one that makes the most sense without jumping too far on either side. So, will Isis become Bomb's new master? Depends on depends. Like, Isis being strong, like, don't get me wrong, like Jin Song and like all the rest of the elders, ISIS, an assistant being stronger than the elder, that we never heard of. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Will Bomb and then like it's hard to scale Bomb right now, especially with all the things he has. So him taking on a new master that's technically stronger than him, maybe without popping like what I'm starting to call Bomb's phases, popping like any of his phases, probably. But she also could like not be the fighting type either. But there's right now there's no telling. Um, will Bomb accept the invite to a Lopapia? Does that mean he's a Poe beat out now? No, no, not at all. Not at all. All right, moving on from Amber. Thank you, Amber. Oh wait, you have a comment down here. I like to read the replies that some people have to what people are saying. V tell Ureg back in chapter 648 that he was meant to be inside of Bond's body from the beginning. Also, that his intentions ain't to take over Bond's body, but to be with him, and they will take revenge for Arlen together. This suggests that V won't want to leave Bond's body or neither completely take over, but to some sort of Kurama for him. So yeah, it's like kind of like I said before. My assumption is he wants to play passenger to Bond's driver. You know, driving the car. I just hope he doesn't end up becoming a Sakuna like V told Bomb. We can be anything. I will be you and you will be me. That's kind of reminds me of Venom. Venom comparison is actually a really good comparison. That's a good comparison. Okay, I like that comparison. All right, moving forward. Daniel. Daniel, what's Daniel talking about today? Daniel says the good part I like was the introduction to Adori and finally. However, I am disappointed to see retconned it and now she's a member of a family now. So how do y'all feel about that? Because I didn't see too much of that in my own community Discord. People talking about like whether or not they like whether because she's a part of a family or not. Um, I did read some other spaces that people kind of are upset that she's like an Ari and that like everything that was told about her is like not as essentially true. I did wasn't there something that she had golden hair before? I thought that she had like I thought I was expecting like a golden blonde type hair. The silver hair does kind of surprise me. Obviously she's Ari, so it makes sense, but I thought there was something there, or maybe I'm thinking about her weapon. Maybe I'm thinking about her weapon. I might be thinking about her weapon. Maybe I'm thinking about her weapon. Um, I'm perfectly fine with her being Ari. I'm cool with that too. I'm cool. Yeah, I don't like. I already told you on the review. I don't care. I have no ifs, ands, or buts. Like a lot of the stuff that came out in blog posts, I hardly give a fuck about. Um, but I saw like some people are a little disappointed, but I don't care whether or not she's a part of a family or not. I just thought I do like I do. Don't get me wrong. I like the idea of people not being in a family, like so people like tower-born people who are strong on their own that got blessed. I do like that, but if she's part of a family too, I don't really give a shit. In blog post, she had blonde hair. I'm fine. Oh, she did have blonde blog post in the blonde hair. Okay. I thought I read somewhere that she was supposed to have blonde hair. Okay. As long as I wasn't crazy. I mean, to me, if she wasn't Ari, what was she supposed to be? A princess from out of nowhere? I mean, it's kind of the same situation that like Ann Dorsey is. Like we don't know if Ann Dorsey is a part of a family or not. So if she was a family like that was just tower born, then you know that would have been okay too. That's all I'm saying. I like the idea of that mystery more than anything else. But if she's Ari again, I don't really give a shit. But um, that was additionally when she was spoke about, she wasn't necessarily from any family. But weren't we told that princesses were from the families? Not technically. Not every one of them. Well, actually, it's hard. It's actually kind of hard to tell now. Actually, yeah, it's hard to tell now because I guess there's been a lot of mixing of bloods and mixing of families. So kind of like how you got like a Libolic coon, like Pobidal coon, Libolic, whatever his name is. So there's a lot of mixing of families and a lot of mixing of bloods now. So that also could be a thing. Yeah, either way, doesn't I don't really give a shit. I think it makes sense. The family heads are elitist. I couldn't see them promoting someone outside of the family to the top. I imagine there's tower politics to that position too. I'm with her being an Ari, but I'm worrying about info from the blog post. Is she even rank 7? Seeing how many things got rewritten. That's actually a good. Urek, you're not. I can see their. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I wonder if she is still rank 7. Okay. I don't care about it. I did think it was pretty cool coming from the strongest family, but that's crazy how she wiped out a whole family shit. Plus, I like how she completing 3 orders from the king. And Dorsey is an alias, isn't it? Some princesses aren't from great families, right? And Dorsey is an alias. I have no idea. We actually don't know. We don't know. And Dorsey's like lineage is like one of the biggest questions. And yeah, I didn't think every princess was from a great family. I thought like some people were, just yeah, like where does Anik come from? I don't where does Anik come from? Like we know Anik's a fake, but what about Anik's mother? Like was Anik's mother a part of any family? I don't remember if she was or not. Somebody I know Zenu probably knows. I don't remember if she's from a family or not. Anik's mother. Plus, it validates Yuri when she's told Homegirl that the princess can take it on every military family. I don't. I still don't believe that. I still don't believe that, Brian. I'm sorry. Like, you don't get me wrong. Like she's lit, but I still don't believe that. There was a blog post on and around the name hunt station. Hmm. Might have to pull that up. Um, that he intends to reveal her name at some point. Ah, okay, okay. Well, we know them blog posts, right? If he forgot to do it or not. But nah, it'll probably come at some point. Annie might be Globopia because she had the same pupils as Traumarin. See, and that's where it gets kind of lost in. Like that's what I mean when you talk about mixing of families and bloods and stuff, where it can kind of you can kind of get lost in it. And it might be Lobopia. I mean, pupils might not be enough, but I can see that though, Zenu. I can kind of see that though. If there's any family that I would guess Anik would be a part of, it would be Lobopia. Um, yeah, I forget the details about her mother. Um, I don't think it was ever said or explained about her mother. All we know is that she's like wanted to stop being a princess, but I don't know if it gave us any details about like what family she like may have come from. Bomb crack seems to be breaking down slowly, making V to be able to take possession of Bomb body easily. This is possibly that once the line is completely broken, B might be able to transfer his soul inside of his old ghost and is in wait if he's able to translate his soul inside his old that ghost is in possession of. Okay, so Daniel is saying once V breaks out of his soul prison, he'll be able to transfer his soul into Ghost, who is V's vessel, is what he is assuming V is. I don't know. I'm gonna just read it. I'm gonna just read it. I don't know those. I don't know those. I don't know Daniel. I don't know. Anik might be Lobo P. Oh wait. Given Ren's hatred of Anik and her mother, Lobo P makes a lot of sense. Okay. Gus, think you better deal with her, man. How can you let a power tower want to do you like that? The audacity to destroy his family, his mothership. She ain't leaving the place peacefully. I don't think they're gonna mess with her. I think they're gonna let her go. I still consider Dumas might actually be strongest. You know, I was playing with the idea myself about the whole thing that Proust was supposed to be number 2 in Poe Beat but Proust didn't show us shit. And if Proust is dead here, I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know, bro. Proust has been disappointing, so I don't know. I don't know. Um, Next season, Caliban and Libolic might appear again. I can't wait for their interaction with Bomb. Did you like Libolic? I didn't really like Libolic like that. I didn't really care for him. I didn't like his personality like that. I liked his ability. His fighting abilities were cool. His lightning lance and shit. But I didn't think he was like lit like that. Um, Caliban interaction with Bomb now would be so funny. You know, is Bomb packing up Caliban right now? Question: Is Bomb packing up Caliban? You're the man who bullied my boy and called him weak. Weak. Exact his EOB and take it for himself. Despair. This man's making a whole joint. All right. Well, thank you, Daniel, and your joke. Tron fan. So yeah, I had to respond to Tron fan here because I ain't like what he was saying. Like I need everybody to hold their horses on on Adori for a second. Let's just relax. You know, let's not speculate too much. Like granted, she did something cool, but let's relax a little bit. Adori is ranked seventh in the tower. So yeah, she smokes all regents and Lustlek. Saying that she smokes Lustlek is fucking insane. And I had to say ranking has never fully equal power level. And I see Loki in here. Loki said that she ain't smoking less like that man who said he could possibly win against Urek. She gonna have to prove that to me. I need to see feats and no subject titles. How many characters in season 3 didn't live up to the titles they were given or held? Tower of God is a show me monolith. True. He's right. It is true. Saying that she smokes less like is about crazy is absolutely crazy. Yeah, I gotta agree. Yeah, saying that she smokes less like is crazy, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like I said that in the review. I said it in the review. Saying that she is stronger than Leslie is saying that she can tussle with Urek. I'm sorry. Right now, I can't say that she tussles with Urek, fam. I'm not ready to say that. I'm not. There should only be a handful of people that can tussle with Urek, and I'm not giving her those flowers yet. I'm just not. Not from destroying a mothership. No. Now, if Proust is dead, it'll give her more power to it. But I do absolutely have. She absolutely is not. No, no. I'm not giving her over less. Like I'm sorry. It's not. It's not going to happen right now. Call me a stickler or whatever. I'm not saying that. Well, Anik Mother has many themes of Lobopia. She is technically a beastkin, and her of all princesses falling in love. You know the whole Tra thing. Who fell always. Okay. Leslie can't tussle with Urek. Arr, arr. What? Oh, I see kill. I see you kill, but I don't see you in my chat. That's weird. I see you like on the screen, but I don't see you in my chat. But yeah, sometimes yeah, this is like what happened before. Sometimes your comments appear up there, but don't appear down there. But I do see you though. Um, Lustlek can't tussle with Urek. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. If Lustlek said he can do it, he said he can do it, bro. If Lustlek said he can do it, he can do it, bro. I'm not. Listen, Lustlek is goaded right now for the way he carried the end of this season. So right now, I'm if he said that he can tussle with Urek, then he can tussle with Urek, fam. We not about to do that. I got summoned. They told me you talking about exactly what I wanted you to talk about. Okay. Wasn't Gus also on that ship? Was Gus also on the ship? I don't know if Gus was on the ship. I'm saying he wasn't. I'm gonna say he wasn't. I don't think he was, but we don't know. You know, on someone might have done me dirty. What you mean? Less like one, he achieved everything he wanted. Yeah, no, like Less was the man. Don't bring the bullshit here. I've been here. You talk about who you talk about? You talk about Gil. All right. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not ready to give her. I'm not giving her tussle with us. Less like stat. Tussle with Urek stat is like a badge of honor, and I'm not ready to give Adori that yet. So sorry. Um, Less like Adori can defo do similar things. If Adori showed up and Gustang's reaction does that, and I show you her rank is legit. Yeah, I'm sorry. Destroying the mothership is just not enough for me to say that she tussling with Urek. Unless like I just can't give it. I can't give it. All right. Not yet. I gotta. it's kind of like Loki said here. I gotta see more. All right. Loki says season 3 was a 7 because of the lore and finally giving us solid answers. Oh, he's giving a season 3 review. Okay. Zahard army is operating off the new orders. Zahard foresaw someone's future, maybe the bosses or maybe multiple people, and issued new orders. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. We cannot use Zahard's future sight for everything, bro. It cannot be the answer to everything. I hope that Ari, Han, and Coon's families next. If they are all like white, then I absolutely can't wait. Also, going to be going back to the order thing. I believe finding out the new orders are what the new orders are key. So I definitely think I said that before with the introduction to Adori. I think we do definitely get into the Ari family. As far as the Coon family, I mean, I guess with the introduction, Maria it expands a bit, but I don't know if that's where we're going. Also, Zahar is smarter than people give him credit for. Give your enemies no time to rest. You still got 8 more families at your disposal. Why not use them? I believe we get the Princess War arc next season when princesses start dying. Bomb makes no attempt to escape right away, which makes me happy. That may even be why Jin Song is allowed to be around so that he doesn't. Okay, I can see that. And yeah, no, like I said, Zahar's strategy to like jump on people is like not it's not a bad strategy at all. Like it's a good strategy. Like anybody like that's actually in war would do that. Like you don't give your enemies any time to rest or do anything like that. However, I just think me personally, it's just like it's a little bit of a bad taste, just a little bit, and that's just me, right? But I mean, there isn't too many answers to how. As far as what we're talking about with the revolutionaries, there aren't too many answers to how Zahar's army found the revolutionaries. I mean, Future Sight could be one of them. I just don't see how when the Revs technically shouldn't be Tower Born, so he technically shouldn't be able to see their futures. But it's going a little bit into a little too much. So all right. So why can't she be relative to Lustlek and family is? I will give her below Lustlek. I will give her top regent. I'm not giving her family head level. I'm just not. I'm not ready to give her that. I got to see more. Like as far as I'm concerned, we haven't seen what regents can actually do. We haven't seen what Lobadan and Dumas can actually do. We haven't seen it. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm putting their top regent, if anything, right below Lustlek. That's the most I'm willing to give her. Um, but I'm not giving her the same as Lustlek. No, I can't do that right now. From destroying a mothership, I just can't. But again, I'll absolutely give her props, especially if Proust is dead. Absolutely, but no, not yet. Terrence says, so can Zahar see the future to a point? I don't know if I'm gonna read this one. Yeah, this is more of a discussion. I'm not gonna read too much about that one. But thank you, Terrence. Per usual, you always comment because we were kind of just talking here. We just talking about down there. Adori pulled up on the Ark of Knowledge, and the Letterman said nothing destroyed it and left legendary. Also, remember the stream you were arguing that she said she can complete all 3 orders. Those are family head threats. But there are family traits that he can't see the futures of. You was, yep, you was cool for V to take out trauma in that way though. What you mean, like pulling up, like a sneak attack? I mean, it doesn't matter either way. It doesn't matter either way to me. Family regent level is nothing to Adori, but fair is just remember to own up in season 4. I mean, again, if you don't think that Dumas can destroy a mothership, then that's more power to you. I technically I think he can, but we and so I believe that Lobanon could too, but we haven't seen any of them actually try. So that's just my argument. But I will give her her props, especially if she did one shot Prouse. If Prouse is dead, it's absolutely a feat. But I'm putting her at the top of all regions, barely below Lustlek. But I'm not giving her Lustlek level. I'm not. I'm not giving her the same as Lustlek. I will give her a tier right below where she stands by herself. But because I also gotta like point this out. If Lustlek moves, a family head has to move. So you're saying Adori moves, and she's moving with family head. She's moving at family head level. I'm not giving her that. Not yet. Um, Not for destroying a mothership. I get that she pulled up and that was cool, but I'm not giving her that. I don't think Gus is on that ship. I'm sorry. I don't think Gus is on that ship. I don't think Gus is on that ship. Um. All right. Uh. Reread. Please read Kubera. I don't know if I got time to read Kubera, to be honest. I got so much shit that I'm reading and that I'm into. Um, I don't know if I have the time to read Kubera. Because I know people were talking about it before, but I don't. I really don't know if I have the time. So I can't. I can't make no promises. But thank you, Kanako. I know you're in the chat right now. Silver Slushy. Silver Slushy says Rachel's side would be insanely cool, but it's kind of hard to imagine one of any character since we get so much coverage for so many characters in Tog already. Uh, so I forget who said it. I don't know if it was you, Zenu, who said it, but somebody said it where like covering the regulars would be like a good side story. Um, like Coon Ran and that whole group would be a good side story because it's but I don't necessarily agree because somebody said it last week. They said that it would be hard since we came kind of to this high where we get to see family heads and high rankers fight and all this shit. It'd be hard to transition downward to go back to seeing regulars and shit fight. I disagree with that. I think like there can still be a lot of cool shit that regulars and shit can do. Now, obviously, it's not going to be as high level when we're talking about abilities and the speed of shit and how they're going to move. Yes, it's not going to be the same, but I still think it can be entertaining. At the very least, it's like what's a good compare? A good comparison would kind of be like I don't know how many people actually watch Dragon Ball Z, but like in Dragon Ball Z, we got like the peaks of what like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, or whatever, and then you go to like the Tournament of Power, right? If you go to like the Tournament of Power, we got to see like Roshi and Krillin and all of them fight, and that's like a tier below. But I still thought, and in all honesty, and this just might be me, but if I'm using the Tournament of Power, I found it more interesting watching them fight than watch like Goku and Vegeta do their Super Saiyan shit. Like because it's like the Super Saiyan shit. Obviously, we're gonna get some new shit with it, but we seen how they kind of handle what they fight. I was more interested in seeing like how Roshi fights these level of people, how Krillin and like Piccolo, seeing all them fight was more interesting to me than watching like the regular Goku and Vegeta and Gohan Super Saiyan shit. So I think there's absolutely a way to get back to like it being entertaining, even if it's just regulars. It's just not gonna be high level, high ranker shit. Um, so I think we'll be just fine. If that turns out to be a side story, if the side story does turn out to be like something about following a regular, I think we'll be fine. Like I think we'll be perfectly fine. Um, you know, because we have seen like a lot of high level flying around Shinsu shit, weapons and shit. Like it's cool to like transition back to kind of settle things down a bit and watch more less crazy shit. I'll just say I have no problem going back to it. Um, so that's just me though. But I forgot somebody who said that last. Somebody did say that last week. Um, if Mihawk pulling up on the White Bear pirates destroying the ship, White Bear escaping while Marco gets on shorter and saying Mihawk not on the level of Shanks. But I mean that's a good comparison. I think that's a good comparison. The Mihawk to White Bear shit. That's a good comparison. I don't know about Adori, but see you already making excuses. I don't know about Adori, but see you already making excuses for the defeat of family head, loss of memory, Blossom stealing her flames, Gus and Tra kind of sharing their power. I'm already prepared for Han to have lost the soul of a warrior and Edwin being getting dull from drinking. So you're talking about how the personalities of the family heads are. That's actually not a bad take. I think that's actually a really good I'm actually looking forward to something like that, Urek. So like with Traumery, we now understand that like anxiety was like the negative emotion that really affected him more than anything. Like if you look at Traumery in totality, anxiety is what done him in. Like even after regressing his feelings, anxiety is the feeling that kind of slipped through. Like even Gustang said that I'm surprised that you still have an emotion like that. Like you still feel that. Like that was the dominating emotion he couldn't get rid of. That kind of made him make the decisions that he made. So your line of thinking of where you're going is kind of like what I mean. Like so like with Edwin, with Han, they're probably all gonna have like one emotion that kind of dominates or one kind of feeling that kind of dominates the other. Probably shouldn't be there, but that's like gonna cause them to be like the way they are. So if Edwin became like dull from drinking or like womanizing and shit, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that's like the kind of person he turned into. Same thing with Han. Like the last thing Han did was like what he fought Urek and lost. I don't know if that's enough to dull his spirit, but he may be bored for somebody who seeks who's like challenges Zahard or whatever. It could his spirit of a warrior could be dead. You could be right there. That's probably like the logical take right now at that point. If the spinoff has Rant in it, I might start a YouTube channel with the with the bum MS. I need Rant back. Hey yo, stop it. How you think I feel reading week to week before Daniel Hunt Station? Yo, hilarious. Man. All right. Going to Sleepy. Sleepy says, I agree. I would also give Talk season a 6-2, but I did enjoy this chapter. I wasn't. Is it Sleepy? It's okay, Sleepy. To starts with seeing dumpster babies escaping in the garbage truck. It needs. It's next. It's nice. It's nice to see that the boss has some care and concern about people's work with, even if it's temporary. However, if they're not doing it to blow off some steam or boredom, they should easily wipe out the ship, fleet, and home. It depends though. We don't know what that mother like. I am a little bit irritated by that. When we did see the Zahard ship pop up to the revs, it would have been nice to say if they said something like, "Oh, that's division commander," like kind of the same way they did Lobanon, like, "Oh, that's Libolic ship." It would have been nice if they said if it was a division commander or not, so we can understand what the revs are about to get into. Because if it's some fodder, then they're gonna wipe them niggas. But I think it looks like it's an army, so I'm gonna assume it's a division commander. But this is like a nice like I hope that it doesn't get skipped over, like because usually when seasons happen, when you get back into a season, there's a little time skip. So I hope it's not a time skip. I hope we get to kind of see who the revs are tussling with and if they actually win the tussle. You cannot skip something like that, especially with like they are like some of the most intriguing new characters introduced. I hope we don't skip that. Don't get me wrong, I like Adori. She's gorgeous and badass looking, but I can't say I'm not a little disappointed that she's a part of a 10 great family. Oh, so here's somebody who doesn't like it. Okay. I was hoping she would be unaffiliated with any of them. So a couple of people actually feel this way. Wow. Okay. I think it would have made her feats more impressive if she was a country girl from the boonies who got everything by working out the mud instead of some special bloodline. I get that. I get that. Especially given the fact that she's the king's two and the leader of the royal guard, supreme commander of Jihad's army. Plus, Adori having no relations with any of the 10 families would make her the only pure-blooded princess of Zahar. I don't have no if ands or buts about it. I told y'all that already. I don't care either or whether she is or not. But that's Sleepy's point or perspective. I get they have a humanoid. Excuse me. I get they have to be humanoid, but I kind of wish you had more variety in the princesses of Zahar in terms of appearance, race, species, and natural abilities. Like we had mommy Anik, but she's dead. I agree with you. That's a good point. That's a good point. So that is something we kind of was just talking about a bit. So yeah, like Anik's mother and Anik's look in general is very unique in person. Like they are supposed to be princesses, so they're supposed to be beautiful, sleepy. So they're meant to be like looked at like that. But I understand what you're saying. You would like to see variety in the princesses and how they look. Like even if it turns out there's this fat princess, like I get it. Like you want to see a little bit of variety in the choices and how they look and stuff. So, and Anik's mother right now is like the most unique princess that we can think about. I mean, you have the what's the one that uses the lighthouse. She looks a little bit different than the other. We haven't seen her face, and we haven't seen her since season 2. But like yeah, I understand what you mean. Like everybody can't be a tall, long haired, pretty faced like shorty. I get it. I get it. I think Callahan pulled up on the boss. Ooh, that would be fire. That would be fire. That would be heat. That would be heat. Caliban fighting a mini Zahard, fighting the boss, fighting like technically his uncle. Like Caliban fighting his uncle. Yo, yeah, that's gas. I hope it's a thing. I hope it's a thing we don't skip over. Caliban fighting his uncle. That's hilarious. I love it. All right, moving on. Yakin says, season 3, can't wait for the next season. By the way, it's not bad in opinion because it reveals so many secrets like history of Ten Family, Red Dunk, aka Red Light District, and V reveal. Yeah, but those are all things that happened at the latter end, like the Red Dump reveal, like 10 family heads, like the V reveal, all that stuff is like end of season peak stuff. So you can't if we're talking about season in total, like you can't use that to cap the whole season. Like the season lasted for years. So um that's why like, if you're gonna do a season review, it is best to probably go back and read the whole thing and then give a judgment because we're kind of living off the hype of the stuff that just happened. Um Mark, can you give your interpretation of what V meant? What he said, "You become me after V fully manifests." I'm stuck between one and two. We merge in one being. Two, he takes over the body, and three, bomb devours V. So no name. I think honestly, in all honesty, I think V's intention is to train Bomb up. Okay. Um, I think that he does need to make a bigger. So I think he needs to make a bigger crack for V to like take over for a longer time. So like for stop it, stop it, kill. But no no name. I think V's intention is to probably get fully released inside a bomb. Pause. That sounds crazy, but you understand what I'm saying. The crack needs to become fully cracked. Now, like for the way I look at it right now, V can kind of slip out because the crack is big enough for him to slip out and take control. But the idea is for him to take full control. So I think what V's teaching Bomb is probably going to open him up more to take full control of him. I don't think V intends to leave the body or anything. I think it's all about training Bomb up to a way. So, um, but I am a little bit I'm in a little bit of a crossroads, kind of like how you are, because a part of me wants to believe that V wants to like. I thought the way V was speaking when they were like on the battlefield is that he wanted to watch Bomb destroy the other family heads. But that also doesn't mean he has to do it from within Bomb. Like for like some people have said in the comments that I've read the stream is that they think that V's gonna get fully released inside a Bomb, and then that Bomb could possibly, in the end, put V into another body. I think that's got to be the end goal. Like, for instance, like I can't see Bomb letting V stay inside of him because eventually, what's going to happen? It has to happen. Is that Bomb has to take full control of his body and just like not listen to V or not let V like. Eventually, Bomb's going to learn his body and take it over himself. Now, what happens to V when that happens? Bomb may place V into another body, and maybe his original body. That could happen. But I think V's intention is to train Bomb up and let Bomb become like the killing machine that he was meant to be. That's all. That's for right now, that's all I can say. Like I don't, there's a couple of roles that this can go, and I don't think anybody's is particularly right, but we're just using what we think is logically, right now. Um, yeah, this can go a number of different ways though. I'm saving my thoughts for Naya's Discord stream he invited, but for the guys here, I wish he not from a 10 great, but I don't have an issue with it, just bias. Okay, no problem, no problem. I'll be looking forward to that. I can't wait for that stream. It'll be a good time. It's Princess of Zahar. It's not Winches of Zahar. Let's be guided. Ayo, ayo. How do you think the chemistry between Adori, Yori, and Machine is gonna be? Being from the top three families, I think the focus on the princesses from now on will be them. I think all the princesses are extremely narcissistic. So, I think it'll just be that. Like the interaction we got between like in the very very beginning when we got Yuri and Machine, in like the first like couple chapters when Yuri and Machine kind of walk into each other and they kind of give them like, oh, you're an old lady, oh, I'm the young girl, but you're a whippersnapper type thing. I think that is like more so the relationship like with all of them. So, um, Mark, we're having a super chat. Uh, Mark, sorry, I get for you. Try to give me a yeah. That's why I didn't say it out loud. Kill. That's why I didn't say it out loud. Super chat's not on. Uh, engage with supers. Super thanks. Oh, sorry. They were turned off for some reason. I just turned them back on. Maybe if you try to refresh cam, they might come up. For whatever reason, they were turned off. I didn't even know that was a thing. Um, Sleepy, I just read your comment, Sleepy. If you go back maybe like 20 to 15 minutes, I just read your comment. Thank you. Right now it's hard to say its intentions. I guess V is meant to be a great area that we aren't fully trusting. Yeah, yeah. It's no telling what V might do right now. I think he's just gonna coast and just try to guide Mom through like this moment because they are kind of in a situation where they have to escape. But as far as what's gonna happen to Bomb, I think it's all about like getting his body prepared and ready. Whatever, like, because right now what's currently happening is that V is actually teaching Bomb something. This flow of control of Shinsu shit, of seeing the flow, he's teaching Bomb. So I think that's more so where we're going. And they'll probably get to know each other again. We'll probably get a reveal about who they are. I mean, who V is, what happened, the details, and I'm interested in that part in particular. I think we all are obviously to know what happened to V, but I wonder if he tells it like because like if we talking about like Zenu, right? Zenu thinks that he doesn't trust V at all. So if V does give us a reveal about what actually happened to him, somebody like Zenu's not taking that shit for 100% for what it is. Like if he say that he got jumped by all 10 family heads and they smoked him and they've left the letter, Zenu's not believing that shit. So that part of it is going to be interesting, and I can't wait to see the reactions from it. But um, yeah, I am very intrigued on the part of Bomb and V's relationship developing forward, and I hope that he does tell him what happened to Arlen and where Arlen is. If V knows, V might not even know. Somebody made a cool theory not too long ago. Who was it? I don't know if it was using it that said that Arlen could be like captured with like Zahar could be holding her prisoner or some shit like that. I think that's like fantastic. I hope that's true. But may not be. Is there any? I have a feeling V doesn't consider Bomb as the original owner, maybe because of whatever Bomb's origin is. It tells Bomb this body, not your body. That also could be a translation thing, though. On no name. We have to wait for the officials. Is there anything I need to answer or clarify? No, not really. You did say that you were disappointed in the Dory not being from a family. We were talking about that earlier. How some people wanted like you weren't the only one who said they wanted Adori to not be from a family. There are, but there were a couple comments that said that they don't care. They like that she's from Ari. I personally don't give a fuck either way where she's from. I'm just hyped that she's finally like introduced. In her design, I thought she would have like golden hair. That's kind of what it said. that she was originally in the blog post. So her silver hair is surprising. It falls in line with Ari family, but I thought she was gonna be like this. Her her sword is called what, the golden, the golden November. So I thought we would kind of get this girl who had a golden November sword and like a golden hair type of thing. I thought it would be like that kind of design. That's what I like. I swear to you, for the longest time, that's what I thought we would see. Like a girl with really golden, pretty golden hair and a golden sword. I thought it would be some really cool shit, but it's okay if it's not though. That's just me. Cam, thanks Cam. Appreciate the 10. When Bomb asked who was it inside his head, why do you think V chose not to tell him that's his dad? Um, maybe because he doesn't look like him. Maybe he doesn't think of him as his dad. I think that's the only way. Like, so like one thing that we do have to understand is that there's only a few people actually in the story who look at like V is Bomb's father. If we don't know exactly what Arlen and V did to Bomb, right? We don't know what the whole point of, like, we know, we have an idea of what was said, right? Like they said that you're a child of destruction, you're meant to kill, blah blah blah. We know that stuff, but we don't know if that's like they consider him the child and what they actually meant him for. So everybody else in the story knows mostly the family heads know that V and Arlen had a son and it's supposed to be Bomb. And so logically our brains go that, oh, that's Bomb's father. V is Bomb's father. That could absolutely be far from the truth. That could be far from what V and Arlen see it as. They could just see it as, oh, their son's dead. We're just gonna use this carcass and make a killer, humanoid out of it, and V, you're going to be responsible for guiding it and creating and getting our revenge. So to V, it could just be about, I'm teaching this vessel. The person who's mostly in control of this vessel, I'm teaching this vessel. I'm not your father. Like that's what I would assume it is. That's the logic I assume it would be. Um not my theory. I don't have any theories about Arlen aside from she's dead. Okay, Mora, you are not the father. The price you think he doesn't consider him the price you think he doesn't consider him a son. His son died. Is just a meat suit. Right. That's what I'm saying. He may not consider him his son, even though in the technical aspect of who these people are, Bomb is the son of Arlen and V, and we know that from like the story, but we don't know what V and Arlen actually did and think about what Bomb is. So we only go with like what was told to us, and that's supposed to be his parents. So I think the soul of the original child is in Rachel, and that's why she thinks she's a child from the prophecy and why she's connected to Arlen. Uh, See, my issue with that, Zenu, is that Rachel is somebody who gets jealous over pretty women. So, and then we also don't understand what the connection to Icarus is. So, I don't know if I can agree with. I mean, that's your thought and that's your theory or whatever. But what I'm saying is, like, we know that Rachel gets jealous over women, like pretty women. Like she's jealous of all the princesses for being these pretty strong women. So if she's the child of a kid that was originally a man, it doesn't necessarily kind of fit to me that, like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't. She doesn't. But and it's also the fact that she's kind of weak as fuck. So I don't know if that's plausible at this moment. But at this point, anything's possible with Rachel. I just hope she becomes a more intricate part of the story because, again, I hated her season 3 shit. Her season 3 shit was ass. All right, let's move on. Emis says Zahard can see the future, so he probably saw how they escaped the revolution. Everybody seems to be on this train. Hey man, hey, if you guys think that, hey, all right. My boy Leather says, why they let them jump my boy Trom? Now Zahar and his hoes show up. So he's saying Trom got jumped, and now Zahar pulling up with the crew. Okay. The child died as a baby. I mean, that's true. But do you think that she's aware that she was like the child? If she's not aware of that she's the child, then it's a little bit. It's a little. I mean, okay. If we take that she's if she's aware that she's a child, maybe she's just jealous in nature as a person. So maybe she's just jealous of the women because they're pretty and she is a woman technically, and then she's jealous of Bomb. Like maybe she's just like we know that Rachel's key thing is that she has massive jealousy issues. So I mean I guess that kind of fits. Um, some other fun Rachel theories is that she's a Zahara clone or she's Arlen. Wingnam is Zahard, Bomb is V, and Rachel is Arlen. I've seen people saying Rachel is Arlen for a minute now. I don't know. I don't know. If she is, then if Rachel is Arlen and that's how Arlen was when she was climbing, oh my god, how the fuck did V fall in love with that? Anyway, moving on. Santi David, my back is starting to bother me, so I am going to start to speed it up a bit here, guys. Jihad's army is going to take in the survivors of the Lobo Pia family. Lobotot is going to become a new squadron commander with the rest of the Lobo Pia as a new squadron commander under Jihad. Those are the orders from Libolic to the Lobo Pia family. Then Kari says, I feel like they came for Traumari's body. So do I. But what do you guys? That's not a bad idea. If Zahard made like technically we know that Lobanon's worthy. He's strong enough. He's actually he should be stronger than he should technically be stronger than a Caliban or a Libolic. Roboton should be stronger. So Roboton being offered a squadron commander post, I can see that. That's actually not a bad. That's not a bad theory. That's not a bad theory at all. That's pretty plausible actually. I do think they came for Trom's body though. I think they came for Trom's body personally. Um, I don't like besides like maybe making Lobanon an offer, like maybe making Lobanon an offer to become a squadron commander. I don't know why like Libolic and an army of like an army would approach Roboton like that. Like if anything, you want to approach him with like a little bit more respect and like business. Like you don't send an army after him. If they're sending an army, then they're expecting like a possible tussle, which means that to me like that kind of gives off like, oh, I can't. We're coming to go get Traumari's body. Roboton's going to say no. We might gotta fight for it. So that's what it makes a little bit more sense to me. But I can still see him offering him it anyway. Like, well, like it could be like, oh, we're coming to get. We want Traumari's body, and also Zahar wants to offer you a post as squadron commander. I could see that both of those things happening, but Roboton will probably say, "Yeah, I'll take the squadron commander post, but no, I can't give you my father's body." And then they're going, and then they're going, well, you can't take one or the other. We gotta fight. But like then, like Bollock's not gonna fight that because he's gonna get like what Zenu said. Like Bollock gets he gets cooked. Roboton fucking smokes him. Roboton absolutely smokes him, like no problem. Like, and he like you can't send one squadron commander to fight Roboton. You're gonna need two. You're gonna need two. Two can possibly take Roboton. You can't send one. One's not gonna do it. So yeah, that's interesting. And that's what I'm saying when we talk about like we're talking about the levels of people who are fighting here. Roboton is like far outclasses. Like as far as like what we've seen from Libolic and like Caliban, Roboton outclasses them. We haven't even seen Loboton really even like get busy yet. We haven't seen Loboton get busy yet. Loboton doesn't seem like to like Zahar maybe because he thinks he's using his father. After all, he was against the war. In Chapter 5, Roboton say he isn't concerned about Zahar's army. I don't think Roboton is pro Zahar. He's pro Traumary. Right, but here's the thing though. Roboton also pro his family. So let's just say, like there could be like a threat that I can see a threat being given to Roboton. Like, hey, if you become a squadron commander, we'll protect the Lobo Pia family gets a pass for failing because we know that's how Zahar moves, right? Zahar kind of moves like, okay, your father Traumary failed to give him the mission like that he was supposed to accomplish. He was supposed to take out the Po beat out. He failed, but we'll give you a pass. Become a squadron commander. Give me Traumari's body, and we'll let the rest of your family live. I can absolutely see that being an ultimatum. 150 million% can see that being an ultimatum. And Robodon is the type who will take that to protect his family. So, but it's gonna be dicey, and that would create a really nice plot, in my opinion, if he's like, protect my family, give Traumary's body away. I honestly think he doesn't give his body away, and then he's gonna have to fight. I think he like, because like you said, he's pro Traumary. I don't think he's gonna give Traumary's body away, so he might have to fight. He has the power of a tree, but doesn't act like a tree. Besides, there's Yama with Robodon, and how is he going to interact with Zahard Omni? Yeah. Cha and Yama should be on Robodon's ship. So there's some powerhouses on Robodon's ship right now. You know what? They could be there to capture Yama. They also could be there to capture Yama and get Traumary's body. They could be there to do that too. If Adori's hunting Fug, and if you want to count like, Slayer Yama, technically speaking, they could be there to get Yama too. I don't know. Zahard Army up to some shit though. Damn. And Yama just got that new form. Yama probably bodies a squadron commander too right now. He probably bodies a squadron commander too right now. Yeah. Damn. Besides there, oh yeah, we said, or did he left at some point or along the way? No, I think Yama's probably with Robodon. Yama is in a very tense and shocked state right now. I think he's probably with Robodon. Would Let's Like help save Yama? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. He only cares about V. I don't know. They're probably on the ship. Bum ass fucking corny ass fucking trash ass punk ass Karaka. Yeah, he's back on the ship. He's already on the ship. He was already on the ship. Punk ass Karaka. His punk ass ain't do shit. Yo, how on a scale of 1 to 10, how disappointed should why can't I think of his goddamn name? Why can't I think of his name? It's escaping me. Yeah, my bad. I'm talking about Scythe. How disappointed should Scythe be in Karaka this season? Like, on a scale from 1 to 10, how well did Karaka do this season? Like Scythe should like absolutely delete Karaka as his favorite character, right? Like Karaka should be like, and we should do a biggest fraud stream. Oh my god, I think we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to do a biggest fraud stream. You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna pick 5 people. Okay? I'm gonna put it in my post. I'm gonna put it in the community post. We're gonna pick 5 people for the biggest frauds this season. And then we'll do a stream about it, and I'll read the arguments. And even if the people want to come on stream and give their arguments for who the biggest fraud is, we could do that too. But we're gonna pick 5 people, and people are gonna have to like kind of vote on these people, and we're gonna do the biggest fraud stream. 5 frauds. 5 fucking frauds. Okay? I can tell you 5 frauds right now off the bat. Easy clap. Easy fucking clap, okay? Oh my god. And there's more than 5. That's why it's gonna be hard. There's way more than 5 frauds this season. But I can give you an easy 5. Kieran's a fucking fraud. Karaka's a fucking fraud. What the fuck is the? I can't even remember. What's the fucking dude name? The dude who failed to get the book on the fucking. I forgot his bum ass. What the fuck is his name? Start with a G. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. I can't think of his damn name. He's so ass. His showing was so corny. Gift card. Thank you, Zenu. Fucking gift cards are fucking fraud. Okay. Um, who was a fucking fraud? And I don't even. I kind of want to give Enkidu the fraud card. I kind of want to give Belier the fraud card. And then even if we travel out this recent shit, we travel even further back into season 3. Yo, who y'all got up here? Um, Kieran, Karaka, Enkidu, Proust, Gustang. Damn, you threw Proust up there. Oh, you threw Gustang up there. You said Gustang. Damn. Hey yo, Endorsi, Karaka, Raccoon. God damn. Yeah, Evan. I love Evan Kill, but Evan Kill is on Fraud Watch. Evan Kill is on Fraud Watch. I fucking love Evan Kill, but you not wrong. Evan Kill is on Fraud Watch. God damn. Gift card, Libolic. Oh my god. This That I said Discord. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. You know I got a Discord, right? Um, he said rack. Damn. You put rack on Fraud Watch. God damn. Yama walked out of Fraud Watch. Yama was on Fraud Watch. She kind of walked out of it. Um, what was Lusek on Fraud? I guess. Well, I don't know if Lusek was ever on Fraud Watch though. I say Yama beat the fraud allegations. Yama beat the fraud allegation. Lusek, I don't know if Lusek was ever on Fraud Watch. Bomb was on Fraud Watch a couple times. Um, I'm trying to think of all the people we ran into that was on Fraud Watch. Oh, El Baba, El Baba, El Baba number 1 possibly. El fucking Baba. Oh my god. Uh, Ren's bum ass is a fucking fraud. God damn. Fucking to be honest, we pulling out half of the Lobopia. We pulling out half Lobopia here. Half of the Lobopia are fucking frauds. Like holy shit, there's a massive argument for Lobopia being frauds. Like holy shit, Lobopia top tiers are almost all of them are almost all frauds. Like holy shit. Yamas is by as strong as you'd expect. He was basically given the power up, but still, yeah, he's not like he beat the fraud allegations, but he's not in like green. Like he's like like if you're looking at your credit, it's like dark green, then it goes into light green. Like Yama's in like dark green territory. Like he's okay, but he's not doing well. He's basically he's in the green, okay? He's profiting a bit, but he's not up there with Luslag. Like he's not having a grand year. There's a lot of frauds, but they're ones who are competing for the first place, Kieran and Karaka. I don't but El Baba could be number 1 too though. El Baba could be number 1 too though. Shit, Giskar could be number 1 too though. Like I don't know if we could talk the number 1 fraud. It's a lot of people up there for number 1 fraud right now. I ain't gonna hold you. There's a lot of people. God damn, there's a lot of people. But Karaka had a terrible showing. No one's getting near them. Listen, I gotta say El Baba's up there, bro. El Baba got laughed at by Laura, fam. El Baba's a branch hit, and he let Laura play him, bro. like Laura, bro. Like she's a regular person. Like that was so bad. Like I don't know. I don't know, bro. I think Boss needs to be number one. Ooh, you and then Zenu's on Boss spots right now because he think the Boss a fraud for running and the way he was acting. Shit. Damn. I think Boss is on fraud watch. I wouldn't say he's a fraud. I think he's on fraud watch though. This is we gonna have to do that. I'm gonna make a community post about it. We definitely gonna have to do that. All right, so yeah, let me get to the last. Let me speed it up a little bit. So Brian said that this goes to the truth about what Yuri stated. Zahar princesses are enough to take on all the family militaries. I do think everyone was killed that met the Zahar princesses. This goes back to the order Zahar passed down. Zahar clean the house right now. I still don't stand by that statement. But don't get me wrong, Adori was impressive, but I'm not standing by that statement yet. I would put her up there if she is stronger than some family heads. Yo, stop it. Yo, this Adori glazing gotta stop. I'm not saying she can defeat them or defeat those above her. I think the jump in power is different, but you can't. You gotta respect her number, and I don't think Zahara would have chosen her if she be scared of less. Like, nah, Brian. I'm sorry. I can't do it, Brian. But thank you for the comment. Um, Espresso, he said, couldn't help but notice you say a lot. Huh, I sure the fuck do. But no, I get lazy with editing those out. So, I could skip that one. All right, Zenu, I'm gonna skip your chapter review, your season review. Where your season review at? Oh, you said you had two comments, right? Yeah. I'm gonna skip your season review. I'm gonna do the chapter review though. All right. Nesball stocks have dropped for me. I'm not gonna lie. All he does is stand around and look menacing. I don't know if he was planning to meet Rachel or the other boss. I still think Revolution is made up of different factions with multiple Sahars leading them. Yeah, I think so too. Now I think it is Caliban who pulled up on the boss, and he was reinstated as commander of the Fourth Corps, and Libolic has transferred to the Third. That's not a bad take. Again, it could be translation, but you could also be right. I think it's very likely that Libolic is there to take Traumary's body, but I can't see Robodon letting that happen. Right, neither can I. It's going to be over Robodon's dead body if he lets that happen. Robodon and Libolic are just too different from each other. Robodon is a diplomat who only fights when necessary and isn't a fan of needless bloodshed. That's why it's going to be an interesting dynamic. If they offer to that's why if they offer Robodon a spot as squadron commandant and they'll let his family live, or or you have or he decides to keep Traumary's body and they say okay we'll have to take it from you. It's a very good proposition to put somebody like Robodon in because I don't know which side he'll choose. Will he choose to save the remnants of the Lobopia family, or is he going to make them fight? You I honestly don't know what he will choose. Robodon is not necessarily a selfish person, but he's also like we know he loves his father more than anything else he cares about. So does he give Traumary's body to them, or do he give his family up? Like I don't know. I hope they do that. I hope that CU does that. On the other hand, like Balik is a Zahard zealot who believes that the ends justify the means, including the mass slaughter of his own troops, as long as it benefits Zahar's agenda. We saw this during the Nest that when he blew up the flagship and took out as many as his own troops. Yeah, that shit was crazy. I don't think like Balak stands a chance in a fight with Robodon. Nah, he don't. He has a fresh army that can threaten the entire Lobopia force, and his pressers Lara. Um, Shalal and Lalal. I don't think Zahar's army is here to be hostile towards Robodon, but given the personalities of their leaders, he'll end up that way naturally. Zahar can see fate, so he probably expects Traumary's death and had a backup plan. And Adori sent the armies out to deal with them. Zahar's army mobilized way too quickly for me to think otherwise. Um, I think it's the caveat. One of the caveats about like being able to have future sight that kind of bothers me is that it works in a way where like obviously he can look into Robodon's future, right, and see that Robodon's going to be carrying Traumary's body, but he also can't see Traumary's future because Traumary's an irregular, so technically he can't see Traumary's future. But he can see a future where Robonon may be carrying, Traumary's body. That's where I think like the ability gets pretty broken because like okay, even if you can't look at irregulars, you can look at the people that's around them. So I need to know the stipulations around this future site because it can't just be that simple. Where like because there's obviously ways to get around it. Like you'll be able to look at the people around a certain person and know that they'll be in a certain place. Um, so I right now I don't think we're ever. It's gonna be a long time before we get the details about something like that. But that's just what I think when I think about abilities that are kind of broken. Like there needs to be some type of shackle to something like that. But I'm particular like that. Where I stand is that Zahard had a plan B ready in case Tromri died, and I don't disagree with that. He's also a calculated person, so yeah, I don't disagree with that. Sanu. Um, as well, what they stand for. First, a Slayer proclaiming to be God and saying he will kill Z, and others saying that you replace his file like nigga, you are basically the head. True. What do you think ISIS position is going to be? I think it's a light bearer. Her being a secretary and all, I have a theory that she is Sophia Rapesta from the same family to Perry. Sorry, I'm looking for a particular panel. Where's the panel where we see her face straight up? Oh, I can. I'm looking for the panel that shows her face straight up. It's the introduction panel. Right here, it's missing. Yeah, it should be right here. It just didn't load. Yeah, it's not loading. Switch to on. Right here. Okay, this is what I wanted. I wanted to see her face straight up. Uh, I wanted to see if there were any. If there were any. If there were anything. If there was any representation. No, they don't look. They don't look alike. If anything, their hair colors kind of have a gradient towards them where they kind of change, but they're not. They don't look like they're related. I just want to see if her and Sophia Tan had anything to do with each other. Doesn't look like it. Okay. But only because like when you said that, it made me think of Sophia Tan, so I just wanted to see if there was any relation. Um. All right, moving on. Okay, Fug has a new baddie. Isis and Dravi look very similar. Let's do that. I did just erase it, but we'll pull it back up. I do want to see Dravi. I don't know. Not enough to go on. Yeah, not enough to go on. Yeah, not enough to go on. Not enough to go on. All right. I feel like my theory is correct given his statement this chapter. I don't think V views Bomb as his own person at all. I actually think V views Bomb as a and himself as one and the same. Okay. V can properly manifest V can properly manifest V. Wait, and until V can properly manifest, V will be Bomb, and Bomb will be V. Okay. I truly think V will be an antagonist for Bomb. Ooh, Bomb's story is about his identity and his own free will. What scared him the most is hidden flaw was him existing for the revenge of someone else and disappearing. Bomb's fears are coming true. Simply put, I don't trust V in that. I mean, it has nothing to do with Boss. V is not a good guy, and I'm here to do for the drama and chaos. All right, man. We had this argument before about V being a good guy. I just think that V is anti Zahard, and I don't know if that makes him a bad guy. So, um, I've always been an any stand, but holy shit, Adori is peak. I love her design, her outfit, her sword, and her efficiency. Siu and that she is. Siu said that she is the most beautiful princess, and he wasn't lying. I also really like how she wasted no time, exchanged no pleasantries with Gustang, and simply carried out the first of three orders. Given the one of the orders is to take out Fug, which would include Luslek, and how Arvin in the same season two, and how Arvin in season two, and how Arvin in season two says she's capable of carrying out all three orders single handedly proves to me that she's at least less like Tyr. Um, your opinion. Ranking usually doesn't refer to strength, but with less like showcase, I think the top 20 is a strength based. Adori is a monster, and her clash with Lustig in season 4 will be fire if they clash. I actually think Adori will run the gauntlet fighting Bomb v Lust. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think she'll maybe just fight Lustig. I don't think she'll get the chance to scrap with V. In early season 2, Kun Ran made a joke that Bomb will go on a date with Adori. So what will it happen? I think Gustang was on the Arc of Knowledge, but I don't think so. But given Adori is a Towerborn, she wouldn't be able to kill him in the first place. Exactly my point. I think Dumas, Hugo, and Matt survive. Maybe Proust teleported the entire family, but I think that would damage Adori, so I'm not a fan. I think Genesis Boss, the boss who can see the future, is the one who told Yule about Adori's oncoming attack. So A and Dorsey wreck Yule, Kel, Mencietti, and Arya escape, and they are the team for the foreseeable future. That's not a bad take, and you're probably right. This chapter is 8 out of 10. It's a good epilogue and final for season 3. It was jarring to see Maria last week, and she had nothing to do with this chapter, but it is fire. Excuse me, it is fine. Enlargement of the crack 1 and 2 are set up in chapters for season 4 and what we can expect. The status quo has been changed. Dramary's death will cause chaos. The regulars will be players in the oncoming princess conflict. Zahard's army is active. Adori is personally carrying out 3 orders, and V being inside a bomb has an insane potential of character and story growth. I hope Siu has really taken the criticisms to heart and will address it. I really like how humble Siu does. I agree with you. His humbleness and the way he wrote that message was great. It make me really does it make it. Sometimes in the writing you can see the reflection of the character, of the person who's writing it, and in that note, like I absolutely see that. That's why he's the GOAT. I already gave my thoughts on what the spinoff will be about in the Discord, either Wangnam or Kun Ran. Rachel will be really interesting, but that one has a lot of potential. Is Jin Song's backstory, his lover, and why he joined Fug. I would like to see that. I don't like Jin Song, but a story about him, how he become a hot family butcher would go hard. I agree with you. That would be a lit story. I would love to see it. All right. Thank you, Zenu. Um, what do you think? I read that. Karaka is a fraud, treason against the royal family. Requirements to be considered a fraud. How the red-headed mutt king, on the other hand, that's a fraud. Wait, what? A fraud. No, know that red-headed mutt. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. All right. Tange says, was the sword she used to do that even the Gold November didn't look like that to me? I don't know. That's a good question. Was that the Gold November? I don't think it was. I personally don't think it was. I would hope that the gold November is actually gold. Every needle weapon that we've seen of the 13 weapons have been the colors that they are. So we don't actually get to really see the color of it. We don't really get to see the color of it. It just looks like a katana. And she and look and even if you look at it here, yeah, it just looks like a katana. Yeah, I don't think it. I don't think that's. I don't think it's it. I don't think it's it. Yeah, yeah. I don't think that was it. Which it makes that does make her scarier. Um, but okay. I think she ignites the second strongest weapon in the tower that we know of. She's around Lusuk level and will give him a lot of trouble, especially since her battle IQ is said to be high, and that will come super handy while fighting him more so than against Urek. Also, thematically, I think he's thematically, Shahad XV, Adori X Lusuk makes sense both power but also in terms of loyalty. Okay, I see what you mean. And that's the new season comment, and then a Discord. Okay, all right. So, um, we've only seen two of the 13 months ago so far. That's crazy. You're right. So no, I do hope we see some of those. Tog is not ending anytime soon. Maybe she no longer has the gold November. The blog post not canon anymore. Maybe she has the colorless summer something. I don't remember. The colorless December. That's what it is. But yeah. All right, guys. I am done for the day. I am tired. I am glad that I was able to stay on here so as long as I did. My back is killing me right now, so I shouldn't push it anymore. I'm still in my healing phase, but yeah, guys, thank you for joining the stream. It has been a fun and successful one. I hope you guys have a very good Saturday. So just for what's coming up next, as far as content goes. I'm gonna post that post either now or later on about the fraud watch thing, so you guys can put your arguments for your top five biggest frauds this season. I have no problems with whoever you pick, but I'm just gonna calculate um, whoever's up there is who I'm gonna calculate it. Maybe I'll just do a vote. And but I don't, and now I'll put other for honorable mentions that anybody wants to put. And then maybe I'll make a separate post and let people talk about um, their arguments for who they consider frauds. But we're gonna do a stream about it for the biggest frauds of the season. Not just the people at the end of the season, just the whole season three. So that'll be fun. Red Dump video will be out before Christmas. Okay, it'll be out before Christmas. I'm gonna it's gonna be a pretty decent sized video. I'll put it out before Christmas just so you guys have some content to watch. So Fraud Watch, Red Dump, and then I'm gonna reread season three, but that, and I'll do a season three overhaul, but I probably won't get that out before the end of the month. I'm gonna try, but I have no guarantees. 'Cause I do go on vacation for a month. During Christmas week, I'll be gone for a month. I mean, I'm not more for a week, so I won't be doing anything YouTube wise. So just FYI. But thanks, guys. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I'll see you soon. If you haven't joined the Discord, join the Discord. Okay. I posted in my community post, so do join the Discord because while there won't be any new chapters, we still talk Tog in there. And do look out for the joint stream that Nia is going to do whenever it's going to be in a couple weeks. I think because was it 6 weeks? I think it's 12 weeks they're behind on the official readers. So whenever they catch up is when we'll do the big stream. So yeah.